Hi everyone, Nathan Hall here. As you know, this pod we're trying something new. We're doing math help strictly for ELLs, just for you guys. Any math, any problem, personal finance counts as math. I'll help you the best I can. We'll go over it, look at how to do it. But we're still, for our vocabulary learning, we're going to look at some of the words you need to know for math. In particular, these three: ratio, rate, unit rate. We'll also look at proportions. So a big part of this, reducing a fraction. Remember, 25 over 100. Is that any different from 1 over 4? Not really, no. Same thing. 25 cents, a quarter, is kind of the same as 1/4, a quarter. That's why they call it that. 5 over 30, we can reduce to 1 over 6. So if you haven't had a chance to look at that factor table yet, it's right up there, right below the announcements. Please do. That'll make this much easier. 21 over 28, we can break that down to 2 over 3. Remember, this is This is the answer to a multiplication problem. Is a product. This is a quotient. So here's a page from your algebra class. Take a look at how this works. A ratio compares two numbers by division. I found this a little hard to read. The important thing to know is we are comparing two numbers. So two shirts are $25, one shirt, $12.50. $45 for four shirts, $11.25. That's going to give us our unit rate. Our ratio is kind of like we just did. We put this down to 1 over 4. Ratio is the same. Still balances out. So that's what we're going to look at here. So you can see here the ratio 5 to 1, 3 to 1, 2.2 to 1 in this chart. Take a look at our samples there. These are middle school samples, but they still work well for this class. So ratio says how much of one thing there is compared to another thing. So 3 blue squares to 1 blue square, 3 to 1. We can write it like a fraction. We can write it with a colon. So you could try some. We'll do this one in the live class. 17 cats to 14 dogs. Now a little harder. I threw in one with basketball where you had 3 terms. I'm just going to ask you for 2. I will ask it 3 times. And this last one will take some addition. We'll look over that in the live class. So scaling up and down. We can scale up a ratio. 3 over 1, the same as 6 over 2. 4 to 5, same as 6/10. We can go up. We can go down. So 2 over 3, same as 6 over 9. Again, live class practice. So when to use this? Let's say if you're going to make pancakes, 3 cups of flour, 2 cups of milk. But you've got to make this for everyone in your church. It's your day to make the pancakes. So you have to scale up. So you need 4 times the amount. So before, just for one batch, 3 cups flour, 2 cups milk. Now you need 12 cups flours, 8 cups milk. Your pancakes will still taste good. So rates, where we actually have a unit of measure. That's something you'll probably see in your conversion lessons in your math class. So 61 miles for every 3 gallons, 20 feet, 200 feet every 10 seconds. We compare one unit of measure to another. A pound, a mile, kilogram, inch, foot. All of those. So if a car can go 7 kilometers in 4 minutes, it's a slow car. You can write it this way: 7 kilometers in 4 minutes. Something goes 23 feet in 16 seconds. You can write that. Don't simplify it. We can do that though. So unit rate is where reduction. We're bringing that back in. So here, at 23 feet, we can simplify it that far. Unit rate, just 1 unit. How much of this over here? To 1 unit. That's what you're going to have to know for that vocabulary portion. So you see here how we can do these in the live class, and we will. And here's a real-world example from shopping. I said sending private message. That's not necessary. So know these words. These are going to show up in the quiz. And plus one more down here. Proportion. Whoa! I didn't talk about proportion. You know when I do that, I'm just going to talk about it. Let's not joke anymore. It's going to come up here. Proportion. There are standards again. So proportion. This is right. Fractions. This should be ratios. Sorry. Are similar. You may have a bigger or smaller face, but someone's got a big nose. Well, like I do. It's bigger compared to the rest of their face. So, body proportions. When you draw, if anyone here's into art, if you make a huge head, you end up with an anime character. Look how big their eyes are, how small their mouths are. My eyes are smaller than my mouth. Not true for this guy. Or that girl. Proportion. If you ever seen a Chihuahua, a little tiny dog, compared to a Great Dane, a huge dog? Proportions are just about the same. Head isn't that much bigger compared to the body, and so on. So it's a little different. So how you determine them? These didn't come into position. I'll fix that right now. So you have to look at the same, top or bottom. So 16 shots, they are the same. You can see they're proportionate. This one deliberately, let's see, this is going to come out to, if I break this down, to 4 over 3. Or this one could break down to 3 over 2. No, it's, yeah, 4 over 3, 3 over 2, that's right. So this guy's actually the better shot. But these are not proportionate here. So I sent you a tricky one. So you can break them out like we did on this page. I don't know why these didn't come in the right position. Sorry about this. I'll fix that right now. And that's how you find your proportion. I will grill you on this a little bit. There will be some questions that you have to know whether or not something's proportionate or not proportionate. We'll focus on those words in the math classes. So that shouldn't be there, so I'll delete out that slide. And here's a quick review for the live classes we'll take a look at. Otherwise, if you have any questions, just come to the live class, review this work, and you'll be in great shape. Goodbye for now.